in this process, and whatever it is happening with me right now, I feel like I can no longer hide from myself. And what I mean by this is that every time I find myself judging or criticizing someone else or something else, which is pretty much constantly, I recognize that I'm really not talking about them at all. I'm talking about myself. Just yesterday, I'm with a very dear friend, and I noticed to myself, this was my inner commentary, it wasn't meant to be hurtful judgment or criticism. It comes in the guise of an observation. And that was that she's not very comfortable talking about this. And underneath that, there was sort of this belief or assertion that she should be more comfortable talking about these things because she has issues. And no sooner do those words really come from my mouth that I realize, who's uncomfortable with this, really? Who's the one who has a challenge here? Who's the one who doesn't want to go there? It's like that saying, when you point your finger at someone else, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you. Well, yeah. I'm the one who wasn't comfortable. I'm the one who I can control as far as whether we go there in that conversation or not, right? And so now every time I have what I used to think was just an observation or using my intuition, and I'm making a judgment. And by the way, we do this all the time. There's nothing wrong with making judgments. It's what we do. It's what our brains are programmed to do. Every time it's about me. Because that's the piece of it that I can control, right? And so I can't hide anymore from myself, from what's really going on with me. The world is my mirror, and every person I see is showing me exactly the thing I most need to know about myself, whether I want to or not. And I think apparently I do want to, I must on some level, because I keep doing it and I keep looking. And it really hurts my heart because I realize I've been doing this all my life. And we're all doing this and giving ourselves such great pain in the process. But here is also the very key, this pain, the very key, the secret to letting go of that pain. And then there's a flip side, right? Because what about the beauty in the world? What about all those amazing things that I see when I see... I like to think of something specific. A good friend of mine who loves cooking, and I love to hear him talk about cooking. I don't feel the same way about cooking as he does, but he's so in love with it and so passionate about it that it is such a joy to hear him speak about it. Even if I didn't care a whit about food, I would still be enraptured. And I love to see the way his wife looks at him when he's talking about food because she loves him so much and is so proud of him. And what about that? That's a reflection of me too. That's a reflection of me. Can I do that? Do I do that? When I'm talking about something that I so love and sharing it with someone? Yeah, it must be. All these beautiful things are me too. And I'm thinking about the thing that I most want to bring to the world, the gift that I most want to give. And really boiled down in its simplest form, it's that I want to give people an experience of themselves. I want to give you an experience of yourself, of how powerful, how amazing you are, and the gift that you have to bring, and how eagerly the world is waiting for that. And what about when I turn that one around on myself, right? I feel this desire to bring this to the world so powerfully. It's a need. What if I gave that to myself? What would that look like if I gave myself the experience of myself and my own power and the very gift that I have to bring to the world? That would surely be the most effective way for me to bring it, right? It's amazing and impossible for me to comprehend on a very real level, and very difficult to express. So I would ask you that same question today, because I think there's an opportunity here. What is that thing in your heart that you so want to bring to the world? What do you want to give to the world? What is that thing? And what would that look like if you gave it to yourself? Because that's the surest way to not only receive it, but to bring it to the world. What would it look like if you gave yourself that gift you most want to give?